again, my fascinating Renaissance friends. Welcome to episode 121. And this is your co-sojourner, your life coach, your friend navigating our autumn of our life. And we shall continue where we left off in the last episode. I said that we're taking a break, we're taking a pause from our regular programming, which we started in August, which is no, we didn't start in August of this year, the channel, because the channel I started July of 2024, but regular programming in terms of our topic, philosophy as a way of life. And I am celebrating our 42nd anniversary together in this season. And I plan to use the next two, three, four, episodes in focusing on what makes for a lasting committed relationship. And I mentioned the first two. I said, I wanted figures from science to find out whether, these I called builders, okay, of long-lasting relationships, are true in our own relationship for making it last 42 solid, satisfying, fulfilling years, And I started with the first two builders. The first builder is communication, especially about intimacy. I talk about a lot about that. If you're just tuning in for the first time, please, go to our, directory down there and then listen to episode 120. And if you, I encourage you to really go back even episodes 1 to 6, because episodes 1 to 6, will tell you why I even started this channel. Okay, so. The second builder is coping as a team, and I've discussed that in our own stories. So now let's continue with builder number 3, according to science. It says responsiveness, right? Let me read that. Researchers use the phrase perceived partner responsiveness. That's how they call this. Perceived partner responsiveness. It means that I feel that my partner truly sees me, understands me, and values me. Studies show that when we feel responded to, not ignored, not dismissed, satisfaction soars. Gratitude flows naturally in a beautiful cycle of appreciation begins. Isn't that lovely? Yeah? Okay, in my own marriage, I see this happen every day. Not in big, extraordinary events, but in the small moments where it really matters. Uh, I recall. This is just one of the many, many millions of small moments. I recall one time I was in this office, okay, and I would be writing, in my journal. I write cursive. I use a pen, a fountain pen to be exact, just like the good old days. Not ball pen, not typing on the keyboard, but actually writing cursive. And I was using, a fountain pen that skips that. That the ink escapes, and it muddies everything. And I was just talking to myself and say, what's wrong with this pen? What's wrong with this, ink? Maybe I should be getting once, sometime. And I just placed, grudgingly the fountain pen and get another one and got another one. And that's it, And then 2 to 5 days, because our version of Amazon in the Philippines is Lazada. Okay, that's where my husband orders for stuff, and he would always scroll for stuff we need. And then, okay, a set of writing pens, just write. Okay, says, okay, maybe this one will not skip. Okay, maybe this one will be better. Just like that. Okay, he heard me. He took it upon himself, to to find, okay, writing pens, which would make me happy. Okay, and sometimes I would just be staring, and thinking, just thinking, I don't like to eat home. I like to eat outside. Maybe, just maybe, I would go to a Japanese restaurant, and he would catch me and he would ask, "What are you staring at? What are you thinking?" Well, I don't think I want to, prepare food at home, and maybe, just eat outside. Those are my statements. I'm very uncertain. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, do you want to eat Japanese? Okay. And I would say, "My gosh, why are you reading my mind?" Because exactly that was what I was thinking. I was thinking I love to eat Japanese this time. And so, and lo and behold, we found ourselves in the nearest Japanese restaurant, nearest to the house. Things like that. Okay. So, builder number three is responsiveness, making your partner feel seen, heard, and valued. Okay. Wonderful, isn't it? Oh, what about builder number four? It says shared goals. This is a big one. Shared goals. Okay. It says another body of research confirms that many couples, even older couples, even what older couples already know. So, young couples and older couples, okay, setting and pursuing goals together, okay, strengthens bonds. Keyword together, okay. Not just the big goals like retirement, raising children, okay, but also the small everyday goals. Like what? Fitness goals like, I think I need to lose what, 10 pounds. Okay. A travel plan like, what are we going to do, okay, during our anniversary. Okay. To be exact, our anniversary is September 1. Okay, episode 120 is airing September 2. Okay, and so this is our anniversary month. And we intend to really have small celebrations the entire month. Okay, and a household project like, for we need to buy, new air condition for our guest room, but we have to save, things like that. Okay, shared goals, according to research, give couples a sense of forward momentum. That's the term they use. And celebrating those goals, even something as simple as completing, a garden project, or an aircon project, as in our case, becomes a joy multiplier. Okay. What is a shared goal? I just tell you one. We have so many shared goals. Okay, but a very simple one is, we share the love for eating outside. Some people go on road trips. We go on food trips. Okay. Every time we hear a new restaurant, we say, okay, we will schedule that. On this day, we'll go there and try it. Okay, some of those places we won't even be returning. In fact, when we go there, a new restaurant, we order first bite, we look at each other, and we say, we ain't coming back here. Okay. Or we say, I think we can come back here. And for some reason, we agree every time. Really. I mean, I would say, I don't like quite the ambience and whatever it is. And he would be thinking like that, but he would be finishing the meal nevertheless. And after that, in the car, we would say, no, we're not returning. And the reasons may vary, but may be the same. But the verdict would always be yes, okay, again, no, not again. All right, that's one of our shared goals. Another one would be, another shared goal we have is how we will spend, our latter years together. Are we staying at home? Are we going to travel? Are we going, you know, whatever? And we've decided, that being home it's just a wonderful feeling. Oh yes, we do short travels. Yes, maybe an Asian trip, because every 2 years we go to America, because our kids, two of our kids live in the States. My two sisters, there are only three in the family, all girls. My two sisters live in America, and those are the times that we get to see a complete family. So we do that. Okay, that's a shared goal. The others are really those small goals, and I realize just the thought, just the planning already gives us a lot of happiness, and we actually bond over details about what we're gonna do and things like that. Okay, and builder number five is secure attachment. Ah, and what is this about? Finally, researchers emphasize the power of attachment. Couples where both partners feel secure, meaning I can trust that you are there for me and you can trust that I am there for you. Okay, they report the highest satisfaction. Okay, now not one of us is perfectly secure. Okay, there will be times where we are anxious, when we would like to avoid the bad things that's happening. But the hopeful part is attachment is not fixed. We can practice consistency, and we can practice intentionality. Looking back, I realized our relationships wasn't perfect, from the start. In fact, since we had traumas from our previous marriages, we had the usual misunderstandings and conflicts and all of that. In fact, I personally suffer from what I call the 3 year syndrome. My previous marriage, it lasted 5 years, but it started to crumble. It started to crumble during the honeymoon part. Imagine, we just got married, we're on our honeymoon, and we're fighting like cats and dogs. I just knew it's not gonna last. Well, to begin with, I should not have married a guy, the father of my children, after 28 days of just dating him. I shouldn't have, but I was very young. I was 21. I didn't know what I was doing. In fact, the best thing that happened, the best thing that ever happened from that marriage, is my two children. And I've always said that. Other than that, there's nothing even to remember. Okay? And so I was so very, very scared about committed relationship, much more marriage. And when we met and we were together for 3 years, I started to feel uneasy. I said, "Oh, this is gonna end. This is gonna end. This is gonna end." Yes, and but then again, 3 years we're still together. The next 3 years, I was beginning to feel scared again. This is gonna end because I'm only good for 3 years, until I stopped counting. I realize it's because even if it didn't start well, I realize we feel secure with each other. My husband made me feel very secure in his love and his trust. Okay, recap. Let's gather the five builders of lasting love. We said first, open, caring communication, especially about what truly matters. Second, facing stress as a team, shifting from me to we. The third is responsiveness, making our partner feel seen and valued. Then fourth, shared goals, okay, aligning our why and celebrating progress. And finally, building security. Now, guys, these are not simply theories, okay? These are daily practices. All right, and so my dear friends, love is not built in one grand gesture, but in small, meaningful moments. As far as I'm concerned, the science backs our story of 42 loving, fulfilling years. So indeed, this foundation endures. So again, if you find this episode and the first episode and the succeeding two episodes really resonate with you, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and then engage with me. Which one of these builders do you think is or are helping you in your own journey of long lasting relationships? Okay, let's engage. Until then, this is Miss Malu saying Goodbye.